Alright, so I'm like, I don't know, almost 20 feet in the air in the shop. And I'm up in a Ford that has some hokey work going on the exhaust. Not our hokey work. Yesterday, we're going to call this video Mr. Miyagi. So at 4:30-ish, customer shows up and we're going to call him Mr. Miyagi. That his exhaust has fallen apart. Black RTV. That he needed some exhaust help, and we're like, okay, well, you need more than just a patch here. Your system's in pretty bad shape. Black RTV. You figured that out already? I got that far yesterday.
It's either, it's hard to tell if it's turbo or the manifold or up at the top of the cat. It's definitely up high.
We need a vacuum line or something to like say, because you know how this guy is. I agree with you, something's leaking. If this turbo mounts to the engine, one of those 3-bolt flanges, you know what I mean? It could be a stud that's broken and the gasket between that and the cylinder head's missing, but I mean, we had a closer look. So the guy's English is a little not so good. He's probably been here for a long time. Mr. Miyagi. Tell him to go up front. Rachel does her thing. I take a quick look outside, say, hey, this is what we need. It's more than just a patch. If we don't mind doing patches, the rest of the system's in decent shape. You're talking 20-year-old exhaust systems, even 10-year-old exhaust systems, that becomes a limited service. On top of this system on this Explorer has been rigged and patched, and I'm not sure about the Subaru. So while he's in the office, Rachel observes that Mr. Miyagi has helped himself to a pocket knife that's advertised for $2 on the counter. Watches him open the container, take it off, and put it on his keychain. So at this point, she's just going with the flow, which is just completely behavior that is new in my location for sure. He also proceeds to grab keys off the counter and goes, ooh. And I'm like, well, that was weird. So that's 2, right? 3, there is an energy drink that's not open, sitting on the other side of the counter. So he grabs that and starts to put it in his pocket, and Rachel's like, all right, that's enough. That is not yours. Those keys are not yours. Please stop touching everything, which was kind of strange. Customers coming in, touching everything. Now she's coming out here telling me the story. The office is unmanned, and she's like, what if this guy is up there in the cash drawer or in the bank bag? I said, it's possible he will do that. I said, she goes, what do you want me to do about the knife? I said, just let that go. Tell him to stop touching everything. She goes back up there, and you know the office is is unmolested. We're going to call this, from Mr. Miyagi. So then he agrees to the price, and we're like, hey, you can leave it overnight. We'll get it done in the morning. Goes out to his car, comes back in, says, oh no, I have to come back. And we're like, okay. So yeah, I don't know. It seems like sometimes in this area, although it's not a full moon, it's a full moon on Route 130 at this GPS coordinates. It's Friday. It's been an entirely slow, dead week. And I'm not happy today. How about that? I haven't been happy all week, to be honest with you. I'm happy when we're fixing cars and everything's just moving along the way that I like it to be. You know? I watched a cool video last night about a guy who was showing, since we're getting into some more minor bodywork repairs here, the differences of how clear coat lays. Now, different atmosphere, different paint environment, different airflow, different compressor, different gun, different technique. It's not going to be the same for everyone. If I give Caleb the same exact gun, painting or laying clear, it is not going to come out exactly the same. That's just the way that things go. It will be close, but it will not be the same. But what he shows is that how, in his professional opinion by his eye, and he was trying to get the audience to say that, or to agree with him, that the one where he was right on top of the panel.
Needs a cat. There's that little shield.
Yeah.
So you can underneath that.
That 2 inches away, laying the clear. Obviously, he knows his product, he knows his gun, he knows his environment, and he kept saying that the average person would run the crap out of the paint. What does that mean? Or the clear? That means there would be runs all over the clear and all the clear coat. That's what you want to avoid at all costs, which causes more work and imperfections, right? You see the paint work I show here with these guys that are doing it. It's absolute garbage. They do enough just where the customer doesn't know any better, and I show it to you guys all the time. But it was pretty cool because he knows the product that well, is that when he laid that clear on a 4 to 5 inch standoff, that you could see even on his video, you could see a little bit of a difference. And my eyes are a little bit more trained than the average person. But then when he got right up on top of it, it had more of a wet look. And I've seen guys who just wet a whole panel. They wet it until it starts to run, and it looks like glass, but they have to go back and do so much more finish work on that. The goal for us is to be efficient and lay your paint to where you have to do very minimal wet sand, buff, and polish, if not none at all. The difference in some body shops, and you go get some prices, are, a full paint job is 8 to 10 grand or more, and then you go to some other shops, I can't really say them, but they'll paint your whole car for $800, and it includes runs, dirt, overspray, fish eyes. You understand what I'm saying? But that's what they deliver for that $800. Or the other guy who's getting $8,000 to $10,000, not going to find any of that stuff. You're not going to find overspray. You're not going to find panel issues. You're not going to find drips. You're not going to find fish eyes. Those guys are going to make sure that is eliminated, and that comes from longer prep times and more quality products and more quality and experienced people. All right, so hopefully we get some action here today. Thanks for watching.